Hello, it's Zeus here, and got another installment of our Elementalist Spellbook. This time we're going to be talking about my new Scepter Focus Fresh Air build that I've been playing recently in tourneys. I don't want to go into too much detail about the actual build itself, more about the gameplay. Later on in the video I'll be highlighting we'll be watching over just some random solo queue game that I'll be playing and just highlighting how to position and how to just actually play the spec rather than just talking about the spec in general. I'll probably highlight maybe a couple of combos and stuff that you can do with them, but there are certain things that I feel that are extremely important to the actual spec itself, and we can go ahead and just highlight that and get that out of the way right now. So let's go ahead and pull up the traits and talk about that. Alright, so I have this listed in my description as well, but the one thing I want to highlight from this is I only have 4 points in water magic and 4 points into the Arcana tree. Now, this wasn't the spec I was running specifically for this game, you know, the solo queue game in the background that you're watching. I took Vital Striking instead of Cantrip Mastery, but normally I would run with 2 cantrips, which would be Misform and Lightning Flash, and then Arcane Shield or Arcane Wave or Cleansing Fire, you know, whatever, depending on the situation. Sometimes I don't run Misform, sometimes I run Shield and Wave. You know, it just really depends on the situation. What do you think is better for your playstyle, your team comp, versus their team comp? You know, you don't want to take everything I say as a guide. This is just a guide. You don't have to play exactly the way I play. You don't have to play or do exactly as I do, you know. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's just, this is how I play it. So, the one thing that I will say that I'm adamant about is you shouldn't put 6 points into Arcana Tree if you're going to play Fresh Air anymore, because of the fact that you do one of two things when you take the 2 extra points out and put it into Water Magic. You get access to Healing Ripple, and you get access to Cleansing Wave. Now, you don't have to dodge roll to get an Evasive Arcana heal. You don't even want to be in the melee range of most people when you're playing this spec because you're just so glassy. You're so vulnerable if you're in a bad position. 9 times out of 10, it's not worth it to dodge roll into somebody with Fire Attunement because you're playing with the Berserker Amulet anyway. It's not providing you the burning damage that Celestial would give you, so it's not worth expending dodge rolls to put yourself into harm's way. So basically, if you took Evasive, you'd be playing with 1 dodge roll if you're going to make use of Evasive Arcana. So, you know, you can try playing on 1 dodge roll and playing perfectly and stuff, but, you know, eventually you're going to get caught out in a bad position, and, you know, eventually somebody's going to stealth up on you, you know, get behind you, and then, you know, you're stuck with that 1 dodge roll. You're in a sticky situation. You don't want to do that. So that's just me personally. Also, I want to pull up the sigils here and talk a little bit about them, but not too much. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I want to talk a little bit about the sigils, not too much. I run Runes of Strength most of the time because Ellies have really easy access to Might. Sometimes if there's a lot of Boon Strip, or if there's like maybe Necros and then a Mesmer on the same team, where I don't, or like and also with like an SD Thief or something, where there's 3 things that can strip my boons. I don't run Runes of Strength. I run Ogre. Sometimes I run Pack. But the sigils are kind of whatever you want. Like in this specific game, I think I was running Battle and Air, the specific solo queue game anyway. But sometimes I run Battle Air, sometimes I run Blood Air, sometimes I run Fire Air, sometimes I run Air and Doom, sometimes I run Battle and Doom. It just really depends. You know, it depends on your team comp versus theirs. If you are going to be in a tanky situation where the other team has people that, maybe there's a lot of warriors, you want a Doom Sigil maybe somewhere in there. You can take them down eventually because, you know, all those Endure Pains, you're not going to be able to, like, you can't burst them really through that unless you coordinate it with somebody, and then solo queue it's very difficult, you know. So just depends on your playstyle, depends on what you want. But Xerkia Amulet I would recommend almost always, and sigils and runes for whatever offensive ones that you want. Alright, so we'll watch a little bit more of this solo queue, and then I'll commentate over a full solo queue game so you guys can get exactly what's going on in my head. So things that you want to note is you want to always auto attack when you're not doing anything, so that you can get um, your sigil, your signet proc, your passive heal. So you can repeatedly be healing yourself as you're doing it, nothing. One thing to note is you don't want to be in melee range most of the time in this build, unless you're trying to hit something in Fire Attunement, and even then you can always get crafty with it and hit some really long range phoenixes, because you can win most matchups if you stay at a long range because of your projectile hate, your swirling winds and your reflect on your earth, magnetic wave number 4. But when you get in melee range of certain things, it's going to be very difficult for you to win that matchup. If you watch here, I get jumped on by a thief here. This build that I'm running is not optimal to deal with thieves. I should have ran Arcane Shield, but I didn't really care. Now if you watch here, I'm going to auto attack. Okay, auto attacking so I can get my health back. Now there's a more efficient way of doing that, not in Water Attunement, because that's the most efficient that you can do it in. But in Earth, Air, and Fire Attunement, you can channel your auto attack to about 70%, cancel it, stow weapon, and then start casting your autos again, cancel cast, and you can get better signet heals out of that. But for Scepter and Water Attunement, you can just regular auto attack, because the auto attack animation doesn't get really any faster. Now I die here because I get out of position. You can see how punishing it is. In this particular situation, I'm not running a stun break or Arcane Shield at all. Lightning Flash is technically not a stun break. So you just get eaten alive by thieves when you don't have your invuln up and you're out of position. But I think this is the only time I die in this game. So we can finish watching out this game, and then we can watch a full solo queue game, and I'll commentate about it. Now, if I had Mistform there, Arcane Shield, I'd be able to live regardless, go back into that fight. But, not entirely sure. I really wanted to win that node, so I wanted to go back into the fight, and unfortunately, the thief has stealth. I should have known that he would have still be in that position. Now, if you notice at the beginning of this game, I was forced to cap home node. It's not optimal. It's optimal. It's pretty decent in this map, because you can lightning flash up that ledge that I tried to. Unfortunately, I failed that. And you can get there faster than if you come out the gate on the side. Even without Ride the Lightning and stuff, you can get there faster than the person that's coming out your side gate on Spirit Watch. So it's something that's good to note, and it's going to be very difficult for the person pushing to your home node to get there before the node is fully capped, unless they have a blink of their own. Now, you want to be doing like exactly what I'm doing right here. You're roaming from like home node to mid node, or you're roaming from just 2 nodes that you have. You don't want to, on big maps, Spirit Watch isn't as bad, but on big maps, you don't want to play as much on the side nodes, because you don't have access to a lot of mobility on this build. You have 5 seconds of swiftness, and that's about it for mobility. You have no Ride the Lightning. You have no access to easy mobility basically. So you want to play around nodes that you have. Sometimes you can go and decap, but you want to make sure if you go and decap, you're going to have lightning flash up. So here, I'm going to go decap. I'm on red side. Yeah, I'm on red team. And somebody comes, and he instantly dies. So if I get this stomp here, my thought process should be, you see there, I'm looking back like towards my camera. Blinded his knockback. Get the stomp. If I can get the nuke, great. If I can get the cap, great. But if somebody comes, I don't have lightning flash, but I do have an invuln. But I'm still at a vulnerable position, because 4 seconds of invulnerability, if somebody gets in a melee range of me, I'm still in trouble. I have to cripple them, I have to chill them, I have to do something. So if you see me play, when you see me stream and stuff, I'm always spamming look behind. I want to see what's going around me, what's going on around me all the time. That's a good combo that you can do there. Gale into Dragon's Tooth. That is absolute muscle memory combo that you should get down if you're going to go from fire to air. Fire to air should be your offensive attunements. Earth and water should be your defensive attunements. Now sometimes you can use earth and water for offensive reasons, but if you have fire and air up, it's better to go with those 2 options than it is with earth and water. You can use earth and water to help your teammates a lot more. So in this particular game, I'm not as involved in the team fights. I'm kind of just like having to 1v1 people on the nodes that we do have. Sometimes you will get in these situations, but this is not your optimal on the node fighting people 1v1 build. You can do that, if you play it very well, you can do that, but most of the time you want to be, a force to be reckoned with, just running around. You want to be instilling fear into people. Like if you get to that team fight, you're going to be able to provide so much, and you're going to be able to wreck everything. Once you get there. So that's the type of mentality that you should be having there. Against thieves right here, you want to once they black powder like that, you want to go into Earth so that you can be ready to do one of two things. You give yourself protection for 6 seconds, which lasts a lot longer than the Heartseeker black powder combo, which is 3 seconds of stealth. And also you want to be ready to invuln, if they get a big burst on you, so you can counter burst or you can heal yourself up, get in a better position, do whatever it is that you need to do. So we win this game. I want to watch another game that I think the next game that we play on is a tourney map, so it's going to be a temple. So it's going to be a lot better to actually watch that and watch how I play and, watch what's going on. So let me go ahead and we'll get that clip in here. Alright, so we got this match starting out here. I'm just going to go ahead and give my team standard swiftness. Let's see what happens here. Looks like I'm playing the same like YOLO as fuck build that I was playing earlier. But this is probably a better representation. Thief starts pushing to my home point. Now, nobody capped my home point, which is fine, but I didn't care so much to cap the home point, because if somebody's pushing to my home point, nobody on my team is going to put them in combat. They're going to get to my point before I fully cap it anyway. Like if a thief really wants to come to my point, he'll come to my point. I'm not sure why my teammate is here to double cap it with me, but that's fine. So the thief went ahead and he didn't push me, but I got, oh my god, I just one-shot him here, get wrecked. The thief didn't push me, and he went mid instead, but I caught him out in position here, so our guardian is dead, but I trade the thief for our guardian here. And let's see here, I'm on blue side, right? Yeah, blue side. Okay, so we traded 1 for 1. I'm kind of, poking around, peeking around, getting wrecked by the parrot, and just trying to see what's going on in the team fight. You see here, I'm keeping at a position where I can stay safe from a lot of things, and if I am going to be doing anything, like going in, I'm going to be trying to only do it to like give my team boons or like get on the point for a little bit so that it doesn't get decapped or whatever. But right here you see I'm staying close to my teammates so I can swap into Earth Attunement. I'm giving them protection if you watch their boon bar then, and I'm just rolling out now. So I'm going to be a little bit selfish with my heals right here, so I'm going to get out of that and try to peel the thief off of my teammate here. I see he's wrecking our Necro, and lost track of the thief for a second here, but I'm going to go ahead and be able to kill him here. There we go. And let's see. Okay, I'm not going to be able to get the stomp on the steep, but I'm going to force him to port, which means I can get a res here on my teammate, even though I don't have stability. There we go. So I go ahead and get him up, instantly heal him for that healing ripple. He gets away from me, so I couldn't get the trident heal on him, but that's fine, because now that could have been a losing situation. He liches, and this is a great situation for us, so I put winds down for him to protect him from projectiles. The thief just shadow stepped. I know that he's going to shadow step back, so I chase him into a position where I'm standing between his shadow step and him. So I forced a refuge on him. I just forced 2 cooldowns on that thief, res my teammate, and did a whole lot of damage to him. He's out of the fight now. I can go back into this fight with reset HP, and I can do a lot of work here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do as much work as I possibly can here. I try to get this guy up a little bit. No, I can't get him up. He's already full dead. But everybody's low here. Even though I made some good plays right there, we're not gonna win that fight. So that's fine. I want to peel out of here as soon as possible right now. Got hit by that pin down, but I had my invuln luckily, so I was okay. Warrior's gonna push our home point with the thief, so this is a bad position for me. But there's a lot of places where you can lightning flash, like right here, perfect lightning flash up to the top. Juke the thief out. He didn't even know where I went. Run into a guardian, but that's fine. Guardian's not gonna be able to kill me. He's a bunker guardian. You can see from his staff and how much damage he's doing for me. So, bad situation there turned good, where it was almost a 1v2 on me, but it turned out to be just the thief chasing me. So thief kind of loses track of me. I'm pretending like I don't see him, kind of. Always spamming my look behind, having that 360 field of vision like I'm telling you guys. You always want to be in the position where you're out of range from people. You're looking at the whole map. You can make decisions, make plays, off of the rest of that. 1130 buff is up. I can't really see okay, yeah, 1130 buff is up. So that thief gets out of position just because he thinks that I don't see him, baited him into a bad position. My teammate comes, I saw him coming, and, that thief is dead now. Now, top buff is in contention for us. Now, we don't have any points, but, you know, if we win this fight here, we can get the cap. So I believe we do get the cap. Yeah, my team does get the cap. I killed both the Thief and the Mesmer, and I should go far after this, after I stomp this guy out. That should be the rotation that I'm going to. And I want to get a decap, and I want to get out as soon as possible, if I'm able to do that. So let's see what happens here. So a Lightning Flash, so that I can try to get there as fast as possible. You know, you want to use Lightning Flash so that you can escape. When you're doing nothing right here, what I just did there is excellent. Might stacks. Look at my might stacks. What is that? I can't even see the number because I'm just looking at a really small screen of it. 16 might stacks for 25 seconds. Anybody pushes me here, they're gonna be in big trouble. You're gonna have to fight a bursty Ellie with 16 stacks of might and strength through, and it's gonna do a lot of damage. So here I see the Mesmer go invis. I'm trying to get myself in a better position. This is bad for me. Like I expended dodge rolls for almost no reason. That was bad on my part, and I didn't dodge that Berserker there. So I'm gonna try to get myself in a better position here. Try to figure out where the Mesmer is. Trying to get out of that Chaos Storm there. So we're just having a 1v1. This is still my node, so this is still advantageous for. Ooh, that was a big burst there. Had to pop my Signet there. Now, if I didn't pop my Signet there, that last tick of that Berserker would have killed me. There are certain times where you want to pop your Signet heal, because you're just there's no other way around it. Like you're gonna die if you don't pop it. It's not optimal, but sometimes you just gotta pop it. I think. Okay, the Thief is coming in now, but at this point it's way too late for me. Like Mesmer Thief combo comes into me at far point. I'm already committed to the fight. I don't have the mobility to get out. I'm done. So I'm dead here. This is a mistake on my part. But they committed to their home node, so hopefully my team will be able to do something, you know, somewhere else. So let's see what happens here. I'm just whispering people. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and try to push home node here. Now I could go mid node is already ours. That's important for us. I don't want to go to their home point because of Mesmer Thief combo. And I made this decision just. It's a turret injury on our home point, yes. And you don't generally want to fight that, but I need to get this guy off our node because I don't want to rotate to their point with the Thief on their team with the build that I'm playing. Because this is a big map, like I was telling you before, you know. Playing the side points off this map or playing their 4-point off this map is dangerous for me because nobody on my team is actually going to hold the side nodes. Like they're not letting me do my roamer, you know, role where I'm supposed to roam around. Like you can see here, if I'm just roaming around, you know, people don't know where I am and stuff, I'm just able to destroy things. Like people are just dying left and right when I actually get into these fights. But sometimes I'm stuck in, you know, those 1v1 situations on the side nodes. I can provide just so much team support, so much team damage, like it's just insane. So here again, like once I get into this fight, I know we 2v1 that guy, but that 2v1 that just instantly destroyed him. We won the top buff. So you want to always position yourself so that you can +1 if you can, especially on the build that I'm running right here. This is like a team fight +1 type of build. You don't want a 1v1 stuff, but you know, you can see even in the other game, in this game, I'm winning some of my 1v1s. So we kill them at top buff, we kill them here, and we get the top buff and the bottom buff at the same time. So essentially we got a 6 cap right now, and temporarily is a 4 cap. Failed Lightning Flash. You can Lightning Flash up not that particular rock, but it depends on the certain angles. But there are certain angles that you can Lightning Flash up and down. It's been a little bit buggy for me, Lightning Flash, lately. I'm not entirely sure why, but I've just been throwing out some random YOLO Lightning Flashes to test them all out in games. So don't mind that, please. So this, okay, Warrior's gonna endure pain here. Let me try to full screen this a little bit so I can see a little bit better as to what's going on in the next monster. Okay, there we go. So we win far node here. This is gonna be. We still have, you know, contention for their far cap, and I want to go back and win mid. Like you can notice immediately, I see that there's 1v1 on our home point. Is that a Necro? If it's a Necro versus a Guardian, it's in favor of us. So then the guy at my home point just killed him. So that's a 1 node. So I should be at mid, you know, pressuring, doing as much as I can. Thief goes down. I'm here with a Necro. Yeah, we have 2 Necros, I think. My screen is all blurry for some reason on this. And we can go ahead and take out the Mesmer too. So We have 2 down here. Necro, advantageous fight here if we're going to fight against, I believe that's a warrior. Okay, yeah. So his Berserker stance is about to run away, to be gone. The Necro and me, so there's 3 of us here now. We should be able to wreck this and get a 3 cap off of this. Our home point is open, but that's completely fine because we just killed 3 people. I can see them from spawn here. You can see I'm getting in position to see where they're going from spawn right here. I'm looking and I'm checking at spawn. I'm checking if they crossed. There's a Guardian there. I don't really give a shit about the Guardian. One just spawned. He dropped out. I'm keeping them from getting to their node. Now, there's one going to our home point, but our Necromancer's following him, so I don't really care about that. I'm just trying to get in a position where we can win. But at this point, the win is pretty much guaranteed for us. The buff's coming up. I'm in position to get it. I think I turn on a Reflect here to try to reflect the attacks. Yes, there we go. Perfect. So you can cap those buffs with Reflect on. If you want to use it for your team, you can turn Swirling Winds on, you know, and Reflect for your team there. Warrior goes to our home point. You know, I'm just making the proper rotations on where I need, not Warrior, Guardian. I'm just making, you know, the proper rotations where I need to be, you know, in the games. And this is how you should play. Like, your positioning should be relative to your rotations as well. Like, you want to be in a position where you can both rotate properly and also, you know, be at a safe distance where you're not out of position. You know when your cooldowns are up because you can't see them from when the attunements are gone. When you're not in that attunement, just have an idea of like, okay, my Obsidian should be up now, my Lightning Flash is up now, you know, my Reflect is up now, my Swirling Winds is up now. Just everything becomes a little bit more muscle memory the more you play it. So, you know, the main goal of this build is you want to roam around, you want to destroy things, you want to get in that ass. You want to fuck shit up in team fights. You want to be that you know, support DPS that you can for your team. But this build only works if you stay alive. Like, you are dead weight to your team if you're just dead all the time, and it only works if you position well. So the most important things in this build that I'm playing is not even like, it has nothing to do with whether or not my my build is proper or whatever it is. Like, it's about rotating properly and positioning properly, and that's all the game's been about for, you know, quite some time now. So this is kind of a video about the build, kind of a video about how to play a little bit of TPVP at a higher level, you know, some solo queue stuff. But anyways, if you endured this grueling 22-minute video, you know, I commend you guys, and thank you so much for all your support. I don't make any money off of any of these YouTube videos, any of these Twitch streams and stuff like that, you know, so I'm doing this all for the community. I am a part of the All-Stars vote for Gamescom, so if you guys believe that I am one of the best players in North America and I deserve to go, please vote for me. I'll put the link in the description down below as well too. Follow me. I'm going to be putting up more videos, you know, expect that. And my stream will be linked. I stream pretty periodically. Lately it's been at some weird times because, you know, I've been streaming at weird times, been busy during the day, or my sleep schedule has been fucked up on the weekends. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for everybody watching this. I hope you learned some things from this. Drop by my stream, give me a shout out, and yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys later.